Hi, Terry.
Hey, Danica, what's happening?
There's a whole world of things happening.
There's a whole, you have a busy world because I've been waiting on you myself. So you had me all excited from the first time that we talked. So go right ahead. You go ahead and start, and I'll jump in there. First of all, before you even start, I want to know about the $2.5 million property. Now you said you might have, the money, the amount we needed, 1.7. I'll go ahead and say it, 1.7. With some private investors. Is that still in play, or we need to make another move or do something on that?
Oh, no, I definitely solidified that. So that's definitely locked down.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just, trying to bang the servicer's door down.
Okay. All right. So we need to get on the phone and prep and, try to get that one script down pat so that if they say yes, we can go ahead and make the move. How is the seller doing? What's anything new from last time other than she's ready to go and she needs, how much you said, 300,000?
Right.
So hey, Danica, I remember stuff. So, if I remember your numbers, I'm very interested in, your success in that property. So go ahead.
Oh, yes. No. Thank goodness you're always, there when I need you. So, that's amazing. But yeah, she definitely just doesn't want to walk away with a complete loss. So, she has a lot of money invested in the home. So she does at least want a minimum of 300.
Okay. But and I know that she's probably upside. Hey, we need did we ever get a payoff by chance?
Yeah, her payoff is actually closer to 2.1.
2.1. So she got a little equity, but by the time we add in, did that include? Well, no, it didn't include your selling cost and closing costs and all that. So she ain't got a whole lot in there.
Right. The 2.1 is just to the first lien holder.
Right. So, and that included all the back payments, those 3 years that she's behind. She must have paid a lot of money or made a big down payment or paid the loan down in order for the payoff to be 2.1, because she had to be what? Didn't you say $700,000 behind in payments?
Yes. Well, that's why she wants to at least recoup some of those, because she did put down a large chunk, and actually she's a little bit further behind than the 3 years.
Okay. So how many years you think? How many years? Just out of curiosity.
She's closer to 6.
6 years behind on a multi-million-dollar property. Wow. That's actually, no, I think I had I think I bought a second note that was 84 months behind. But for a first and a large property like that. Now, Danica, something else. I think you have had a taste of this. Do you think they might have lost her documents and they can't foreclose? The reason they took so long? Because that don't seem right.
Well, in this situation, there was many things that kind of went on. There were the servicers had transferred a couple of times, and so then they have to start back up. The seller also did attempt to submit for modifications, and then after that, she also did kind of like petition the bank with how attorneys were coming out saying that you can almost like sue your bank to just make sure that all of the documentation was correct. So she also even did that at one point.
Okay. All right. So we're good there. And I know you've had experience with short sales and all that. So,
yeah.
All right. So in 300,000, let's just look at it. We got it for 1.7 and gave her 3. That still puts it at 2. And you think the property's worth 2.5?
Yes.
All right. There's still a little room there. So, but that's just the roundabout numbers. All right. So got that out the way. That's what's been on my mind, wondering where you're at. There's been so many days I'm sitting there go, okay, all right, I'm going to wait. Especially last Sunday. I said, she's going to call on Sunday. And I didn't get the call. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm about to come down there and find you. So
you're like, where is she at? Yes, no. The other project, the duplex,
yes,
we're actually finishing that up. So then I will have, that one's exciting. So I will have, all the final photos and marketing and everything to be able to share on that one shortly. So I just wanted to get the crews out there. So I had contractors all over the place.
Yeah, well, you know what? I knew that's probably what you were doing. I knew you were busy. So now the duplex is what? How much out of 100% is it done? Just out of curiosity.
That one's literally, I would say 98%. Like,
98%.
we are literally, yes. So, be on the lookout for, marketing photos, videos, walkthroughs.
All right,
just
beautiful.
In the next few days.
Beautiful. Let's go through the numbers one more time because I'm a number cruncher and a number freak. So the value of it once you get it all fixed up is what?
$350,000.
$350,000, and you purchased it for how much?
$143,000.
And repairs that you put in, rehab?
On that one, we are now just with these extra touches. We're kind of, inching towards the $72,000 mark.
$72,000 worth of improvements, okay? And final check that you estimate is going to be put in your pocket, ballpark. Let's see how good your guess is what?
Well, with this just kind of being said, originally, just doing the numbers, I would have said, we would have been closer to like the 170-ish mark, but kind of like with us purchasing the way that we did, we're kind of inching a little bit more than that.
Oh wow! Hey, that ain't a bad day at the office. Now, how long have you been working on the project?
We've been on this one for, well, literally we just started this at the beginning, right after the new year.
Okay, so we got what, 4 months? 4 months roughly. January, February, March, April.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3-4 months. Man, still not a bad day at the office. 173 in your pocket.
Yes.
Not bad at all.
You know what, we had, and then just let me correct those numbers. So,
okay.
Of course, we have to kind of have closing costs and everything because we already have a buyer lined up. So, I would say just out the door, in the end, we should be profiting closer, right at that 130, 135 mark.
Okay. And so you already got a buyer, so you're not going to list it?
We're going to list it just for, just to have it on the market and to attract other potential buyers. But we
backup buyers, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Pretty smart. I like that. Sometimes the student teaches the teacher, so I kind of like that. I probably would have said, hey, buyer, let's go to the table. And, man, if they close, I'd have been happy. If they didn't close, I'd be like, oh, man, I should have put it on the market.
Right.
Nice move.
Right.
Hey, do you want to talk? Is there anything else about that? Because I wanted to skip to the development stuff. Otherwise, you can keep giving me more information, but I think we covered that. You want to talk about the development and where it's going, or are we still at the same spot?
Oh, no. Actually, you know what? Some exciting news on
that. Before you go, though, could you just give me a brief, because, again, I'm shooting this out, okay, to the students, keep them motivated and to get them off their duff. But can you just do a brief overview of what you're doing and then come with the new stuff? If you can combine it in one, I'm good with that.
Okay. When you say just what I'm doing, and basically all of my irons that are in the fire, because I do a lot. So, or are you just speaking about how I'm acquiring properties?
Just your development. Something that was really interesting. I didn't know until later after we talked that you're actually developing land and trying to sell off the lots.
Yes, I'm actually going through an entitlement process. So,
could you just tell me how much land and just give an overview? Because, again, they don't know, because I didn't know until we were off the phone and stopped the recording. So what's happening? What are you doing with the development?
Oh, yeah. So basically I'm taking 34.84 acres of land, and I'm subdividing it into 50 equestrian estate drive-through parcels. So, I'm going through the whole thing of actually bringing in utilities, easements, map layouts, and being able to separate, one large chunk of land into actual individualized lots.
Wow. That's really impressive, Danica. I mean, I didn't know. We were kind of bouncing around a little bit, and when you finally said that's what you were doing, I'm like, wow, that's really impressive. So, one thing I want to, tell the listeners that's listening to this is that, Danica's got a lot of motivation, a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, a lot of desire, And again, I told her, I said, hey, look, I need to build you out a coaching program because you are killing it. And Danica said she needs a little bit more passive income and she wants to acquire some more rental property. So I said, hey, look, you're doing a fantastic job as a real estate investor, but now we got to work on some systems to where she starts getting paid without having to do all that work. So
yes, Terry, I want to follow in your footsteps.
I want to be like you, Danica. I told Danica we're going to get out and we're going to show some women how to make money. We're going to show some men how to make money. I always said real estate is an equal opportunity wealth builder, and Danica's got that drive, desire, and ambition. So I'm going to try to bring it out of her. Who'd you call me as far as bringing out your potential? Who was the person? Oh. And they're on TV. Is the Chris? What you called me? Your Chris?
Oh, you're my Chris Jenner.
I love it. All right.
I was like, you're gonna create a whole new me.
That's right. Show you a side, okay? And now, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? You said there's some new things coming up with that. Your entitlements.
Oh yes, I mean that's going amazingly. So we've already been able to get some preliminary approvals. So this will be a whole equestrian estate community, and it will be the first of its kind there in the city of Indio. So, I mean, that's just amazing, just in and of itself. But with that being said, so we will be submitting into the city, and we are probably about a good 11 months away from getting, a fully approved tentative map.
Wow, congratulations. Got to feel good.
Yeah.
And how long have you been working on this project? How long has it been in the iron?
You know what? This one...
How long has it been in the fire, rather?
Well, actually, you know what? This has been one of those ones that I had purchased a while back, and then it had just been sitting dormant. I was waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
To where that there was just new growth and development there in the city. And now, the city of Indio just has, an amazing political board now that's, pro-growth.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think now is the time.
Yep, we got a shortage of houses. So, they got to kick a lot of programs into gear. And yours is probably just one of them, but I know there's also something with what's called accessory dwelling units, where they're allowing people now more easy than ever to get permits to add on, add up, add out, so that they can, add more people to their houses to get more people off the street and provide housing. So how long has this project been going on? Because what's going on with this, Danica, is this. The listeners don't understand. Sometimes you got to buy something and just hold on to it, no matter how long it takes, just to get to where you need to be. So I know with me in real estate, I always said that, hey, I'd like to have my money back. When I put it out, I'd like to have my money back 5, 6, 7 years. A lot of investors, hey, they want to be able to put their money out and get it back the next day. Or they want to be able to invest in something, make the money today and be out of the deal. But some projects are worth holding on, and sometimes nothing happens, but when they start popping, it's all worth it. So time-wise, just give me a ballpark. You ain't got to be exact. How long have you been working on your project there, your land project?
So this project has actually been 13 years in the making.
Wow.
So, yes, because I had purchased this project and then remember the downturn of the market in 2008. So sometimes we have to just maneuver. Sometimes it is just not the time to try to move forward. And sometimes, you just kind of have to ride it out because, in real estate, you don't really suffer an actual loss unless you liquidate. So during that time, I was kind of just holding, and I'm actually glad that I did because, when the market rebounded, the valuation out there was much stronger. So, so I'm like, yay now. But back when the market did go down, Riverside County had suffered, 40-50% drops in value. I was sick with it at that time.
Oh yeah, and the patience is the patience is paid off. So I take my hat off to you because you were patient enough to wait the process out. Most people, they get impatient, they sell at the wrong time, and then they look up and someone else is 10x the profit
Right.
they received. So, and again, you sound very young, and I ain't going to put no numbers on nothing. We ain't even going to go there. But usually young people are not patient. So they move
Right.
on. And older people, as we get older, we start to realize, hey, sometimes it ain't about who finishes first and who finishes early, but stick it out. So again, great
Right.
job on
You
your
have to
part.
be able to ride the wave. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
that's right. That's
a
right.
lot of people get into investments, but they see the beginning and they see the end, but they don't really see that duration where they might have to tread water, because you have to make it to the end to materialize that profit.
It's absolutely true. What's nice about this again is you believe in yourself, and I think that's important. The economy, the news, other investors. If you may have shared it, hey, now's a good time to sell. Now's a good time to sell. Now's a good time to sell. You probably said, hey, no, it's not. I'm gonna, stick this thing out. And there are probably days you probably wished you would have sold this earlier, but now that you look back in hindsight, you got to be glad you didn't. So the best days are ahead
Right.
there. All right. So, is there anything else we need to cover? I know I need to get you on some levels training, but we ain't going to do that now. I know you got some other stuff to do. Is there anything else you want to share? Otherwise, you given us so much in the forms of inspiration, hope. Anybody, if they apply themselves, they got to get off their duff. They got to work the tail end off. They can make good things happen in their lives also.
Oh yes, there's enough for us all.
Oh, there's so much
Yeah.
abundance. I mean, that's one thing I like about,
Exactly.
when I teach. I tell people, hey, look, there's so much abundance. I'm not one of these guys that believes in scarcity. I don't believe in a scarcity mindset. I don't believe I need to hold all my teachings. I believe if I show an abundance to you, you show an abundance to me, 1 and 1 equals 5 and 10. We
Exactly.
both can prosper and bring great value to the market. So, anything else? We're going to let you get back to what you got to do.
Now, kind of just going into the next level of things is, that's where I am definitely going to be working with you one-on-one on also how to scale this, because, as just like how you said, if we do not have that scarcity mindset, blessings will literally just start falling into our laps. And now, I mean, I can tell you right now, I have easily another 4 properties that I just picked up, and those are all about to start. And, it's a good thing, but then also, now is the time to really start putting things into place so that the whole system can scale.
That's
along
right.
the influx of properties.
That's right. Yep. Document, take pictures, videos, and then you can multiply those efforts. So, is there anything else we need to cover?
You know what? I mean, besides just me saying, hey, I'm ready to go to the next steps, then no, I think we're good.
Okay, I got one more question for you. You set up that studio for recording videos. How are we doing on that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, you know what? I was only thinking about properties directly.
Yep, that's all right.
It's funny that you brought that up. So that's going amazingly. Yes, I have multiple backdrop studios. I rode my Pro Plus. I have ring lights. I have a new Canon 6D Mark II that's amazing for blogs and videos. So I will be able to be front and center a little bit more often. And also, I have been networking a lot. So what I'm really excited about is that I have networked with some production guys over at the Drone Project. And
Good.
They are, have decided to come on board and not only do a lot of my properties, but they're willing to go on site to help with filming and editing.
Oh, that's great. I got some new footage. I just picked up, a guy has a drone, and I'm going to give a mini film on the many ways, 11 ways I know how to profit with one house. I'm going to make a mini documentary of that. So when people call me and says, hey, Terry, I want to learn from you, what will I learn? I'll send them to that video and let them just watch what I'm going to do and teach them in the future. And the only thing that changes is their numbers from the ones I use and the houses they get. So it's all a system, and I love the systems. Hey, Danica.
Right. And the amazing thing is too, like, just so the audience can hear, is like, even though you will be able to provide, 11 ways, a person doesn't need all 11 to start making money now. So that's just, you just provide them the whole arsenal. But you know what? A person, as soon as they really start absorbing your material, as long as they get a few down packed, you would be amazed that they will probably be a lot better equipped than, even a lot of investors out here running around.
Exactly. The thing of it is, get them educated. That way they make the best financial decision for themselves. My main issue was this. Everybody I kind of run into, all they want to do is wholesale. They just want to get the peanuts. And I'm the guy that I want to get maximum profits. I want that money that helps me retire. I want that money that helps me buy stuff, buy houses, pay cash. I want that kind of wealth. So I just want to give them a different side. So they look at it and go, you know what? Maybe it is best that I wait like Danica and hold on to it and get that big chunk of change instead of going for the little peanuts. Now, it's their choice. It's their business. But, again, I always heard that the reason you get into real estate is you want to be rich. You want a job, they're easy to get. So if you're just working for the peanuts, I know $5,000, $10,000 on a flip is good money. But hell, if there's $50,000, $100,000 at the back end, I'm the type of guy, I'm waiting on the back end because all I need is one good $50,000 to $100,000 deal, and my world has changed. I'm like wondering whatever happened to the world I used to live in. So it's all good. It's all good. Danica, it was a pleasure as always. When will I talk to you again? When we gonna get back together? Sunday?
No, I'll be in touch a lot sooner than that. Just because, as I mentioned, we have to scale this thing, and so we got a lot on the plate right now. And then I kid you not, I got more deals sitting here that I have to analyze. So I'm definitely going to be in touch a lot sooner than Sunday.
All right, Danica, pleasure. Talk to you soon.
It was a pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.